Hi everybody, this is Pat in the paper closet. I'm glad you could join me today. I'm here to show you I have something very simple to make, but it comes in very handy. This I'm calling a card folio. Now I make a lot of greeting cards and I keep them all in a box. So when I'm looking for a card for an occasion, I have to go through the box. So I decided I'm gonna sort them out a little bit and make them easier to find. So I have made one for birthday cards, and this one is for thank you cards. Now the one I'm going to be making today will be for some miscellaneous cards I've made. Just simple, you've got this, you make me smile, thinking of you, thank you, be happy. This one is actually a birthday card. And hooray, which could be for anything, and my envelopes. So this can hold between 6 and 8 cards with 6 to 8 envelopes. So it's very easy to make. Don't need much to make it. I'm using 65-pound craft cardstock, and we need, where'd my ribbon go? 2 pieces of ribbon. Hold on a minute. That's my ribbon again. It's on the floor, of course. Okay. I have 2 7-inch pieces of ribbon, which we'll use for the closure. If you want a closure, you don't have to. Cards stay in here very well. There's 2 gusseted pockets. They're glued right here on the edge. And you just take the cards in and out. And this could also be used for anything else. You want to give someone cards from a special occasion that you attended, or if you want to make a birthday card or a greeting card of any sort, you just decorate the front, and inside you could just put different items, a gift card, some journaling, a letter. So it's good for anything. You could also use it to store embellishments. I was thinking of that. The embellishments to make my greeting cards, you know, my little greetings. There's my card. Such like this. These bits, I could put them in a little bag, and then have some card fronts in a bag and other embellishments. So this is what I'm going to put on the front of the one that I'm making today. So let's put this aside. Here's the other one I have made for thank you cards. So let's move this, and very simple to make. All you need a scoreboard, a pair of scissors, some glue, some ribbon like I said, 1 piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and something to put on the front if you want to decorate it. I suggest you do, it makes it a little sturdier. And that's all you need. Some glue, I think I said glue. Alright, so let's start scoring this. On the 11-inch side, you score it at, I have my little drawing here, score it at 5 1/4 on the 11-inch side, and at 5 3/4. Now you're going to turn it to the right, and you're going to score at, let's see, 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. So these bottom scores are your bottom gussets for your pockets. And these middle scores are your binding edge. You have a 1/2 inch. So let's get this out of the way. And you just fold on all your score lines. Something to varnish with. I'm just going to use my ruler. There's one fold in the middle. And then the next one. And varnish it down. So you get a good fold on there. That's going to be your binding edge. And now you're going to fold the bottom ones. And varnish it good. And the next one up. And varnish that. And I want you to open this up. And you see these 2 score lines here. We're going to cut this all the way up to the 2nd score line with a scissor or a craft knife if you'd rather, and a ruler. I'm just going to cut it with my scissor on the score line up to the 2nd score line. Same thing on the other one. Now this is going to get folded up here and glued, which will give the binding a little bit more stability. Now on these sections here, we're going to cut off a little bit of a miter, only up to the 1st score line, not the 2nd. Let me turn this over. So see, I'm going to start maybe 1/8 of an inch and cut up to the 1st score line. Here's the little piece I took off. Now we're going to do the other side the same way. Easier to cut this way. About 1/8 of an inch up to the 1st score line. That's it. That's all we need to cut. So we're going to get our glue. I'm using my white glue. I'm going to glue along this strip right here. Not too much glue, but enough that it will harden and make it stiffer. Okay, now you're folding up to, you want it on that 2nd score line, not the 1st. And line it up inside your 2 score lines here. And give it a minute to dry. So it doesn't slide around. And that will be our binding. Once the glue dries, it hardens and it will get a little bit harder. Now these 2, we're going to fold them up on the 2nd score line, keeping our little gusset here. We're going to put some glue in the corner of this piece. That's going to make our pocket. You don't need much, just a little. Hold it up so you have your gusset. Line it up with the edge and hold it. Let it dry for a minute. And then there's your 1 pocket. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Put a little bit of glue in the corner. I hope I'm on camera. Fold it up so your gusset is straight. Your side is even. And then hold it down. Now if you're going to put ribbon in, and that would be the time to do it. I glued mine to the insides of my piece. So here I have my 2 pieces. They're about 7 or 8 inches long. I want a straight end on here. Trim it off a little bit. Not very straight. Alright, now about a little more than halfway up, I'm going to put some glue. Not too much, but we're holding ribbon here, so you need enough to hold it. Place your ribbon over the glue, press it down, and hold it. Now, I usually don't have trouble getting my ribbons dry, but depending on what kind of glue you're using, it may not stick, and the type of ribbon. This sticks very well. By the way, I only use Elmer's all-purpose glue. That's the only thing I ever use. I've never had a problem with it for 8 years now. Dries clear, dries hard, which I like on most books. And it's lasts, I mean, I have books I've made 8 years ago, but when I open them, they don't come apart. I've used it on bindings and matting, anything. Attaching embellishments. Okay, now you want to put the other one pretty even. I'll lay that one over. Stick my end in about where I want it. And bring it out a little bit. Right about here. Put some glue. Lay my ribbon over it. Which end do I want to use? Here, I'll put this end. Let it dry a little bit. That one's sticking pretty well. And that one. Alright, so we have our ribbons on here. That'll be where we'll tie it shut. Now for mine, this one is going to be miscellaneous cards. So I'm just going to, I made a copy of my card, and I'm just going to glue this on the front. So I'll know. It's not birthday cards, no thank you cards, just miscellaneous. Glue all around. Just don't be too heavy on your glue. That's what makes your paper curl up and bubble up. You just want enough. Now in the middle I'm going to put some also, because I do want it to harden on the front. It'll give it some strength. Okay, now we just line it up. Top to bottom, side to side. This glue dries clear, so no worries. Give it a good press. Smooth out your glue. And that should do it. Now once that dries, the more layers of paper and glue that you put on something, the harder it gets. So this is going to harden it up a little bit. I could have moved it over a little bit, but I'm not going to fiddle. Now these are the cards that I've made. And my envelopes. I have this one. You've got this. I'm thinking of, I have a granddaughter who just moved into her dorm at Boston University. She was a little nervous, but she's doing well, but I'll send her a card, maybe a few items in a box. I made this one, You Make Me Smile. Had a little pocket on the back, and I made a mason jar. This one's a thank you. This is my hooray, which could be for anything. A birthday, a graduation. This one I'm actually going to have to replace, because this is a birthday card. Here's a thank you card that I made on my Cricut Maker. I drew on the card This I also made on my Cricut Maker. I designed the cutout, the inside, so that my lettering would actually be on the card, not hanging in the middle. Thinking of you. So those are the cards I'm putting in this one. And miscellaneous. So I need 3 envelopes. One. Oh, that's a card. Oh, also I had just a note. I could also put in here. Alright, so I'm going to put my envelopes in first. Back. 3 envelopes. And I'll put 1, 2, 3 cards on one side. And then I'll put the other 3 envelopes. 1, 2, 3. That one's too big. And the envelopes in the back. And my 3 cards in the front. 1, 2, 3. This one I'm not using. Okay. So now I have 6 cards in here. I could actually fit another 2 cards and another 2 envelopes. And you just close it up, you tie it up. I keep these on my shelf, so when I need a card, I just pick the one I need, and I'm all set. I don't want to tie this yet. I'm afraid I'll pull it out. It's not dry yet. But you just tie a little bow in there, like this one, and you're all set. These I put on the back little images of the cards that were in here. And I'm not going to do this with this one because from now on I'm going to just be replacing the cards as I use them. And that's it. Very simple to make. 1 sheet of paper, a little bit of ribbon, some glue, and your cards. Alright, so I hope you like this. I hope you'll try making them. And I'll be back with, I don't know what I should make next, but I'll decide and I'll let you know. So please hit the subscribe button and the bell, and also the like button if you think you like what you saw today. And I'll be back very soon with another video. Thank you very much.